Taco Bell has released information about what they put in their ground beef, and interestingly enough, they say that the majority of the substance is actual beef. About 88% is beef, but now they're releasing information about the other substances they put in there, and they're saying, hey, you know what, there's nothing to worry about. It's not going to harm your health. I mean, they do have a little bit of an interest in telling us that it's not going to harm our health, but they did release specific details, so we'll get to that in a second. Now, Taco Bell beef products do have weird names. This is according to what they said, but they're all safe and approved by the FDA, and of course, if the FDA approves it, it must be safe. So here's another statement that they released. They're common ingredients also found in food items at your grocery store. Each ingredient helps make our seasoned beef, notice the capitalization, taste great. Many of them are items you might use at home, such as salt, peppers, and spices. Ingredients like oats and sodium phosphates help make sure the texture is right. So let's get into the specifics. What do they include? And I'm not going to list everything because we would do like an hour-long segment on it. But one thing that they put in there is a substance known as Maltodextran. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I did my best. All right, it sounds weird, but it's actually a form of mildly sweet sugar we use to balance the flavor. You may have had it the last time you had natural soda, because natural soda usually has a chemical in it. But one thing that I do want to note, there's a PhD from Duke University, his name is Derek Lowe, and he says that he absolutely hates the argument that if you can't pronounce it, you shouldn't eat it. He thinks it's ridiculous, but now that I've given you the first substance that's questionable for some people, what do you guys think?
I don't think, I mean, that is in a lot of foods. Maltodextran, I believe it is in a lot of stuff. And I think, look, if they've gotten up to 88% beef, that sounds higher than I would have guessed. I'm a fan of Taco Bell. I feel better about my Taco Bell now.
Really?
Yeah.
So yesterday we were doing a story about labeling genetically modified foods, and Desi made the argument that, hey, you know what, they did this in Europe, and then the GMO foods just got destroyed. People weren't buying them anymore. And her argument is that it wouldn't have the same consequence here in the United States because Americans don't care as much about what they eat. So you perfectly demonstrated that.
Exactly. Thank you. I am an average dumb American.
All right. So another product that they use is something known as Tula Yeast, and this is a form of yeast that gives their seasoned beef a more savory taste.
I don't understand. So savory means like meaty and meat flavored. I think the meat should give you a meaty taste, not yeast. I'm not much of a cook.
Again, and then the first one, maltodextrin. It's a form of to balance out the flavor. Again, you can balance out flavor with seasoning. You don't know how to balance out the flavor. Is this lazy? Of course, they do it in bulk and huge amounts. So it's hard to season. Take a salt shaker over the top of your vat of meat. Yeah. So it's hard to do it that way. I get it. But I just want to shoot back to our Derek Lowe, our chemist from Duke. He says he has no patience, you mentioned this, no patience for someone who says that they can't pronounce it, then they won't eat it. So?
I have no patience for you.
Yeah.
How about that?
You have no patience with someone saying they can't read what the fuck's in it, so therefore if they don't understand what's in their food, they won't eat it? What's wrong with that?
So
Calm down, dude.
I will say, so one of the reasons, for instance, that you find like sugar in a lot of foods that don't even taste sweet is because sugar can influence foods, beyond the actual apparent sweetness of it. Like it increases mouthfeel, or it acts on existing.
Mouthfeel?
Like
the fuck is that?
Like how it is a thing.
Oh baby, okay. I want to improve your mouthfeel.
We started with what's in your meat.
Apparently,
right, I'm a child. I apologize. Please finish your point.
It does sound weird, but also, like for instance, if you add sugar to something, you can make the existing flavors last long. It makes the aftertaste last longer in your mouth. Like it has the effect beyond just sweetness. I don't know why I'm standing up for gigantic Taco Bell, but I like Crunchwrap Supremes. What can I say?
They also use modified cornstarch, and I like their reasoning for using this. Actually, it's derived from corn. Oh, really? Which is a food staple in Mexican culture. As well as many others.
That is true. I heard that.
Statement that they released. We use a small amount as thickener and to maintain moisture in our seasoned beef. It's common in many foods like yogurt, which is true.
So the thing is, again, they go through all these. There's like 8 just in this one article, and it's probably, maybe there's more overall. But them saying these things are common in other things. Oh, don't worry, it's common. I get it. There's things that are naturally produced in our body. that we probably shouldn't inject more of, you know? And there's things that we produce that maybe you don't want to give yourself more of because you're going to fuck yourself up. Just because it's something else doesn't mean you don't have to be cautious of what's in your meat. Just because you're eating it doesn't mean you just go, whatever, it's another thing, so I'll eat it. It's fine. Just think about what you're eating is the bottom line.
Look, I do want to commend Taco Bell for being transparent about what's in their meat. I think that it was a ballsy move. There were a few instances where their reasoning was ridiculous, like with the cornstarch. They didn't need to explain to us that Mexicans eat corn. Like, that was ridiculous. But other than
learning as I eat.
Other than that, I like information. I think it's important for us to be informed about what we put in our bodies. And in this case, they were being upfront about it, and it's a good thing.